If ever you wanted to go full conspiracy theory and decide that this communist government is determined to remove as much farmland from the people as possible, this story will take you all the way to tipping point.
3, 2, 1.
For those that love stats, try this on for size. 24% of Tasmania's agricultural land is now foreign-owned, while on the mainland, 8 massive agribusiness portfolios have just hit the market, adding up to a combined nearly 7 million hectares, the same size as Tasmania. All 8 businesses have attracted offshore interest.
Of course they have.
But today, mate, we want to talk about the Rushy Lagoon farm in northeastern Tasmania. This farm covers 22,000 hectares of magnificent grazing and cropping land at the very tip of Tassie, north of Gladstone. It's been for sale since October 2024, and the sale was finally contracted this week, July 2026. The farm featured 4,000 dairy cows, 8,000 beef cattle, 7,000 sheep, and crops including cereal, potatoes, poppies, hemp, oilseed, carrot seed, and legumes. The farm includes thousands of acres of arable land, as well as prime grazing land and wetlands where birds and wildlife live.
So a farm with a whole shebang.
It's a proper farm,
Yeah,
mate.
it's a beauty.
Yeah, not monkeying around. And when you see photos of it, it is magnificent.
Yeah.
Mate. It is in pristine country, as Tasmania is. So a buyer comes along. Actually, a few buyers came along, including a local farmer. But in the end, the local farmer got frozen out by the federal government, who preferred a foreign corporation heading up a conglomeration of an offer in the purchasing process. So the Tasmanian Natural Asset Trust is the new owner, and it has 3 shareholders.
Right.
The
All foreign?
No, not all foreign.
What a shot.
One of them's really going to surprise you, actually. The first is Gresham House Limited, the UK's largest forestry investor, who pride themselves on planting trees to carve out carbon credits.
Carbon credits. What a shit show that is.
They also heavily invest in BESS wind and solar projects. They're owned by Searchlight Capital Partners, which is a private equity firm owned by 3 individuals. The second owner is Aviva plc, a UK publicly listed insurance and investment company. It features major shareholders such as...
BlackRock, Vanguard, and Artemis.
Can you believe it? The same old, same old. The third owner is you and me, mate.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Well done.
And all of you out there, more commonly known as the Clean Energy Finance Corporation, the Australian government's green bank. We paid $69 million of the $142 million sale price in return for a 48% share of the business.
So we had to borrow that money to actually buy it.
Every cent. Because as a country we are
Broke.
Exactly. Now, I don't remember Dr. Evil, Jimmy Chalmers, asking us if it's okay to fritter our money away on some airy-fairy carbon credit scam, but here we are, mate.
Yeah, because carbon credit scam is exactly what it is, mate. Nothing else.
No, it's a complete scam.
Yeah.
Yep. When you think about it, they're going to plant a tree, they're going to sell their carbon credit to another business, then they're going to cut the tree down, they're going to forest it, they're going to turn it into pine, lumber, into structural timber, and then they're going to replant it and get another, and they're going to double dip again. Anyway, so the Tasmanian Liberal government have cried foul on this one. They claim there's been a, you're not going to believe this, lack of consultation, a lack of communication, and
lack of transparency.
no transparency.
We need to have transparency.
This will be Libo's legacy, that while promoting transparency, he led the least transparent government
Ever.
No if, buts or maybes, mate. So Tasmanians are outraged. Tas Farmers President Nathan Cox said that a decision on the sale was delayed 7 times through the Foreign Investment Review Board, but when Parliament rose for their 6-week winter break, Chalmers pushed it through without even having a discussion. In fact, the Foreign Investment Review Board hasn't officially come to its conclusion as yet, but he's approved it anyway.
Of course he has.
He has.
So there was a local farmer wanted to buy it.
Yeah, no.
Nah, they don't want... It used to be owned by a New Zealander, right?
Yeah, New Zealand family.
And...
Here's an opportunity.
It could have come back to Australia.
Yeah.
An Australian family owning an Australian farm in Tasmania.
Yep.
Nah.
No.
It doesn't tick the boxes.
No. No foreign ownership.
So wrong.
Yep. Tas farmers had reached out to Chalmers repeatedly during the process, only to be continually stonewalled. Coxie said that Tasmanian farmers deserve transparency, not a sneaky decision snuck out the back door during the winter process. It just goes to show you again how back-ended this government are, mate.
They're shocking, mate.
Chalmers defended his decision, saying it was a very difficult decision to make, but it was the best decision in relation to national interests.
Really?
By selling it to international interests.
Yep. And he said it with a straight face.
Yeah. They've got so good at lying, they don't even understand the difference anymore, mate. So why is this property so important to the federal government and to foreign corporations? The plan, according to Gresham House, is to transition the property into a commercial pine plantation to generate carbon credits. This is a dual-purpose business, firstly to generate carbon credits through the planting of trees and selling them to businesses that require them. We know that is a scam.
It's a full-on scam.
It is, yep. It's money generated from thin air.
Yep.
It's growing on trees, mate.
Yep.
That's right. The second is to create a timber logging business. As the trees being planted are radiata pine, this will add to the structural and merge grade timbers exported from Tasmania. Anyone who's worked in the construction industry will agree that radiata pine is the best product suited for framing of houses in Australia's climate. It's better than some of the international alternatives. It's more dense than Baltic. It stands up better in Australian conditions. It's grown in Australia. Therefore, it's best for our climate. The government are also keen to point out that portions of the land will be set aside for wetland protection, promoting bird life and wildlife conservation.
Thank God. For a second there, I thought you were going to say wind farm.
And build a wind farm.
Right.
210 towers of wind, accompanied, of course, by...
BESS.
Of course, mate. The North East Wind Project will be based on the farm being developed by ACE in Australia, the fully owned Filipino corporation. So Tasmania loses a large chunk of their milk, beef, wool and lamb produce and replaces it with trees that will be sold as carbon credits, then cut down and shipped to mainland Australia, as well as wind turbines and BESS, all in the name of clean energy. This will see a reduction in 6 million litres of milk each year. That's 1% of Tasmania's total milk industry, as well as large reductions in beef, as the 8,000 head of cattle have already been relocated to Gippsland in Victoria. They've already been shipped out, mate.
They're already gone.
They're already gone. Yep.
What?
Unbelievable.
At what cost, though?
I know. Well, someone's bought them, put them on a boat, and brought them over here.
Crazy.
Now, if Tasmania ends up having to bring milk and beef over on a ship, it's going to get a lot dearer.
To compensate for its losses.
And we already know what's happening to their power prices, going up 140% for transmission costs.
That's mental.
It is insane, mate. That's the government's estimate. So it'll go up more than that.
So cheapest form of energy.
Yeah. No, exactly right. What a joke. So if Australia ends up having to import these products from overseas, we will end up with higher prices and inferior products. There's no doubt about that. Our beef, our milk, our lamb, primo.
Yeah.
We don't want to bring in
meat
from South America or the US.
Or lab-grown meat.
Yeah, well, even worse.
From Bill Gates.
Yeah. But it won't matter because on sunny, windy days, we'll have the cheapest form of generated energy after infrastructure costs, of course. Let us know what you think, everybody. This craziness has got to stop. Stop selling our farmland to international corporations who have no intention of farming.
Yeah. I'd like to know how much land Australians do actually own in Australia.
The balance.
Yeah. Just the balance.
Just the balance, yeah. Yeah. All right, everyone, let us know what you think.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See ya.